On DC News Now, a black bear wandering the DMV, removed twice from Maryland, makes his way into Northern Virginia.
To see this one live, it was pretty amazing.
The new name police are giving him, thanks to a pretty wild scene.
Hey everyone, a toasty night, and we have rain showers for your early morning commute. I have your full forecast. It's coming up.
Tanks rolling in, ready for this weekend's military parade. The thousands of troops and hundreds of equipment headed our way.
First day of President Trump's new travel ban.
We are disappointed about the travel ban, especially for those Afghan allies that they left behind.
The worries the ban will cause for people looking for a better and safer life.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Guess who's back in the DMV? The black bear, spotted and removed from Maryland twice, creating a wild scene now in Northern Virginia. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. He is one popular bear. We have been following this bear since Memorial Day. He's been over at Langley Park, Bethesda, and then this morning he was spotted wandering across the yards there in Herndon. Wildlife officials captured the animal around 7 tonight.
He has been busy. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live right where that bear was captured. And Daniel, certainly quite a spectacle for that neighborhood.
Chris and Susan, a huge crowd with dozens of people watching, some of them for upwards of 2 hours. Now, the bear was first spotted down this way, just a few minutes down the road on Alabama Drive, when it came over this way to Eldon Street to a tree over here before making its way to a backyard and that tree right over there here on Center Street. It's not often you spot a black bear in your backyard.
Some very frantic lady went past and went, "There's a bear 2 streets up."
First spotted near Alabama Drive this morning, the bear made its way to Eldon Street and nestled in a tree.
He was there for quite a bit, took a nice poop. Looking down. Then I went home for dinner, and I came back, and then I watched him come out of this tree.
This tree in a backyard off Center Street, where the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources tranquilized the bear before it fell down and stumbled across the backyard here.
That's one of those things where you got more chance of lightning striking you than you actually witnessing it. I guess it's being in the right place in the right time.
Herndon's mayor, Kevin LeBlanc, lives just 2 houses up.
It's very surreal. we see foxes and sometimes deer will come up to the back porch, but we've never had anything as big as bears. So, yeah. And he seemed, I think someone said he was a teenager, so certainly on the younger side. And so we hope that, he has a good life.
Neighbors watching lovingly named the bear Eldon after the street name.
What can we say? We're a very inclusive town in Herndon, and we love to invite all of our guests.
He overstayed his welcome a little bit. I mean, I'm glad he's safe. He'll have a nice little Uber ride to wherever he's going.
That Uber ride, courtesy of the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources, they're taking him in the back of a pickup truck to Shenandoah National Park, where he hopefully has a lot of room to roam and not come back to these neighborhoods. We're live in Herndon. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel. Hopefully a lot of land and berries to eat, so you can forage there. Thank you, Daniel. Let's take a live look outside right now, and you can see the cathedral, the basilica there at Catholic University, and we are quiet night, clear for now, but we are set to have some rain move in.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb is here, and Janessa, a muggy start to our Monday, our work week.
Yeah, it's tough out there. It's going to continue to stay that way until the front comes through, so got to kind of have the water handy, fan as well, small fan as you're walking around. Let's take a look at what's happening right now. It's clear. I do see a storm that's going to head our way in the next 20 minutes here. We've had some severe weather tonight. This is going to come out of northern Virginia. But that severe thunderstorm warning, it did expire for our western half. We had a tornado warning around 8:20 tonight. So most of that is out towards Hancock and parts of Washington County. And so it's trying to dissipate before making its way over to the PA line. There's still flash flood warnings in place for Romney, parts of western Maryland until 11:15 due to this front. That's where the instability is coming from. And that won't cross us until tomorrow. Overnight lows tonight, super uncomfortable. I mean, we're in the upper 60s to lower 70s across the region. We do have rain, though, tomorrow morning. This will be as the front kind of makes its way closer to the region. More on that coming up.
We're following some breaking news in Maryland. A Howard County police officer has shot and killed a man in Columbia tonight. This happened in the area of Carter's Lane. Police say the 23-year-old man was armed with a 30-inch double-edged spear, and they say he stabbed a family member who is seriously hurt. The suspect died there at the scene, and this continues to be a developing story. We'll be sure to stay on top of the details and bring you the very latest on air and online at dcnewsnow.com.
All new tonight at 10, U.S. Army tanks unloading here in Jessup, Maryland. This is ahead of this weekend's big military parade. About 200,000 people are expected to attend the Army's 250th birthday on the National Mall. That also coincides with President Trump's 79th birthday. Organizers say Saturday's parade will feature 150 military vehicles, 50 aircraft, and around 6,600 soldiers to help showcase the Army's military might. Command Sergeant Major Carla Stansel came from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to be part of it.
That you're able to be a part of something bigger than yourself, I think it's an amazing experience itself, right? We wear U.S. Army on the left side of our chest, and we stand here and we're proud of it.
Well, the Army expects the event could cost up to $45 million. And D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is worried it could actually cost the district even more. We have more on her concerns and how preparations could impact your week ahead in our next half hour.
Happening now, let's talk about President Trump's travel ban for 12 countries, mainly in Africa and the Middle East. It is now in place, and it includes Afghanistan. But thousands of refugees and translators who helped American troops now call the states home. And these are families who won't be able to see their loved ones left behind. DC News Now's Max Marcilla joining us live from Dulles Airport. And Max, this has got to weigh so heavily on so many families here.
Yeah, Susan, the people we spoke with today say they're disappointed about the decision to enact that travel ban, saying that they're really thinking about some of the family members of people who are here right now, those family members being elsewhere, maybe in the Middle East or otherwise. They're saying they're worried that they won't be able to come here and reunite with their families. He visited the Afghan market in Alexandria to get a sense of how the Afghan community feels on the first day of the travel ban.
We are disappointed about the travel ban, especially for those Afghan allies that they left behind in Afghanistan.
Disappointment is the prevailing feeling here. Many of these people came to the U.S. during mass evacuations once the Taliban took over. Not all of their family members, though, joined them.
Most of them are in neighbor countries like in Pakistan, in Doha, in Qatar, United Arab Emirates.
Those family members left behind are on the minds of people we spoke with.
I'm kind of worried about them because like one day or maybe another day they're gonna figure it out about them, that they was used to work with the embassy or you used to work with the government, and their life would be in danger 100%.
We will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm.
President Trump's rationale for a travel ban on these dozen countries is public safety. But there's a feeling that decision can harm those looking for a better and safer life.
If you compare Afghanistan to United States, it means like you compare hell to paradise. The bad and good now, the immigrants, they're getting mixed with each other. So it's kind of difficult to separate them.
Now, as part of our reporting, we spoke with the leader of a local organization that helps settle Afghan refugees. And what he told us was interesting. He said, on one hand, he's impressed and glad that the government is still continuing to issue special immigrant visas. Those usually go to people who helped serve the United States. Then he also said, on the other hand, he does have significant concerns that this travel ban could, as we mentioned, impact the reunification of people who are here with family members who are still abroad. Reporting live at Dulles Airport, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
In national news, you can see in this helicopter video, protests continue in Los Angeles for the fourth straight night. And all new tonight, Pentagon plans to deploy an additional 2,000 National Guardsmen to L.A. That's in addition to 700 Marines. Those Marines are being deployed from a base in the Southern California desert. Now, they could be faced with the rare prospect of using force against citizens on U.S. soil. They'll be armed with their normal service weapons, but will not be carrying tear gas. Protests in Los Angeles over immigration raids turned violent over the weekend. All this as California's governor sues the Trump administration for deploying the National Guard. We'll have much more on where the protests and where the governor's lawsuit against the president stand ahead in our next half hour.
Developing now, violence in the district. 7 people are shot in 3 different scenes within hours of each other in Northeast. One was a quadruple shooting where a man was killed. The deadly shooting happened around 1 this afternoon on Mount Olivet Road. Police say that 3 people got out of a car, opened fire, and then drove off. They shot 4 people, and investigators say 1 man died. The 3 others were rushed to the hospital.
But in the heat of the argument, whatever it is about, they introduce a gun into the equation and they fire, and it's irresponsible. And so we certainly understand the community's concerns.
Investigators are still looking for the suspects, but earlier this morning there were 2 other shootings on Benning Road. One incident with 1 man hurt, and then an hour and a half later 2 men were hurt in a separate shooting. Investigators are looking to see if all 3 violent incidents are connected. There's now a search in Northern Virginia for a teen following a crash. Investigators say that Kyle Coleman was last seen just after midnight on Saturday and may need help. They say there was a crash in Fairfax County. There was no one inside the car, though, when police arrived. The 19-year-old was last seen wearing a red and white Morehouse College windbreaker and black running pants. If you have any information about Kyle, police want to hear from you.
A disturbing story out of Frederick County, Maryland. 5 students at Brunswick High School are facing charges for allegedly attacking 2 students with a sex toy in the locker room. Investigators said the assaults happened in April. Of the 5 boys charged, one of them apparently, according to police, recorded the incident on a cell phone. 2 victims were reportedly targeted. Police said the incidents are not classified as hazing.
Metro is making some changes for service on Blue, Orange, and Silver lines. WMATA says it's to repair the signaling systems. So the 3 lines will be running on a single track starting tonight at 10. This is between Eastern Market and Cheverly on the Orange line. While the Blue and Silver lines, they are on a single track between Eastern Market and Addison Road. WMATA says it is working to minimize disruptions for tomorrow morning's commute.